Today, I'm going to be testing out these Luke Littler darts points. But before we start, let me tell you a little story. I made a TikTok video when Luke Littler started using the Swiss point darts, and they didn't look like normal Swiss points. So I did some research and found that a few people have said, and a few different sources have said, that he had got them from Eagle Darts. So I decided to message Eagle Darts. I sent them a message and this was their reply. So as you can see, Eagle Darts were claiming that Littler is using their points. The original ones were 50mm in the Hawk points. He then moved to 35, which I'm not sure about, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if he does get them from Eagle Darts, but you'll see from a close-up, I'll put a close-up next to here, that they do look very similar to the ones he's using. Now I tried to get the full Hawk points, exactly the same ones that Littler was using, but Eagle was saying that they couldn't make them for me. So I've got the closest thing. You'll see the differences on Littler's, they go all the way to where the screw-in bit is, and you'll see on mine they have a little bit of a gap. But to be honest with you, I don't think that makes too much difference because that part of the grip is not going to go into the board anyway, so I don't think that's too much of an issue. So I've got the closest things to the Littlers I could get. Let's get into it. As I mentioned, these are Swiss point darts, so you can screw them into your barrel. Today, what I'm going to do is test the original Target DX points with the Hawk points from Eagle Darts. Now what they do is Eagle Darts buy in the original point, this one's a bit worn, but they buy in the original point, they then alter them. I don't know how they do it, no idea. They alter them so then they're more aggressive and basically roughed up. Let me show you a close-up of that. You can see how rough it is, and I'm telling you now, these are super, super, super sharp. Really, really sharp. In comparison to the originals obviously sharp, and these are good points, the originals, but the roughed up ones are even sharper. I don't know if you can see that, but because they've been sort of filed down, you can see that the point of them is just more aggressive and pointier, if anything. So I'm going to put them to the test, see which ones are better, and go from there. Just while I'm putting the point into the darts, they are Swiss point darts, so they screw in. All you do is screw the dart into the barrel, get the Swiss point tool and just tighten it up, like so. Nice and easy. So this is an old point, a standard DX point that I had from Target from a while ago. This is the Hawk point from Eagle Darts, which I'll be testing. This is a brand new one, and I've also got here an old one I've been using for probably 3 or 4 weeks now. And you can see the wear on it, but you can also see the point is still really, really sharp. And to touch, it is just still as sharp as the brand new one, which is great. Let's get into testing them out. So for comparison, what I'm going to do is throw the original DX point, I'm going to throw the old Hawk point that I've been using, and I'm going to throw the brand new Hawk point. I'm going to see how they compare against each other. Now, as a side note, I don't throw the dart very hard, but I like to use longer points. So for me, it's very important to have a point that is going to penetrate the board well and give me that peace of mind knowing that when I throw the dart at the board, it's not just going to fall out and topple out the board. So I need something that will penetrate the board, even though I'm throwing it quite weak and quite light. That's just the way I do it. It's probably not a good thing, but that's the way I throw. So first of all, we're going to throw the original DX point. Then I'm going to throw the old point. And then I'm going to throw the brand new point. That's a good dart. And let's have a look at how they compare. So you'll see that all 3 darts go fairly well into the board. I would say, it's hard to say because they're not close together, because I'm not very good at darts, but I would say they're probably about equal distance into the board, Maybe the brand new one is slightly further in than the original, and the old one is about the same as the new one. Like I said before, in terms of how sharp they are, I haven't really lost the sharpness on the point. Because they've been shaved down, they haven't really lost that sharpness to the tip. Pulling them out wise, so let's pull the new one out first. Now that was stuck in quite well. We've got the older point here. That was not in quite so well. And then we've got the original DX point, and that one literally just, that was really easy. I don't know if you can see that from the camera, that was really easy to get out. Let me just place them in the board, and we'll try it test again. So I'll put the brand new Hawk point there. I'll try and get the same distance in as well, so I'm not cheating. The old Hawk point there, and are they about the same distance away? Yeah, I think so. And the old DX point there. So let me just pull them out. So that one just literally just falls out. We've got the old one. Again, that one just fell out, and the brand new one. Now that one had a little bit of resistance in it. So what I'm seeing is the newer point, like you expect from a newer point, is actually sticking in the board further and has a bit more resistance when you're trying to pull it out, which is what you need. I'm going to give it one more throw. So again, I'm going to throw the original DX point first. I'm going to throw the old point second. Straighten the one like normal. And I'm going to throw the brand new point third. Okay, this time what I'm going to test is how well they sort of just slap out the board. Now, which sounds stupid, you're not going to slap them out the board, but it might give us a bit more clue as to how resistant they are. So we've got the old point first. Let me give that a little tap. Give that a fair whack and it stays in. We've got the brand new point. Stays there a lot better. That's not going to fall out at all. Which you'd expect, like I said, it's a new point, so it's not really a fair test on that part because it is brand new. And we've got the original, and that one falls out there. So we can see that out of the three, we can see that the brand new point is obviously the best way to go. In terms of how sharp they are, definitely the brand new Hawk point is sharper compared to the original DX point. Yes, this one is sort of faded a little bit. So a true test would be the old Hawk point with the old DX point. So let's put them into the test. Final point, but both in the treble 20. Try and put the same distance in. So they're about equal there. And again, we'll give them spread them apart a little bit so I can slap them a little bit. And again, I'm going to try and slap them out. So slapping the, make sure the flights aren't touching. Slapping the original point out first. That one came out quite easily. This one, a lot more resistant on there. To sum up, are the Hawk points, the Luke Littler style points, better than the original points you get from Target? Well, I'm going to say yes, but there's a caveat to that. You're paying more for them. These cost more money than the originals. These were £13 each, where the originals, I think they're £8. I'll research that, I'll put it on the screen there at the bottom. I think these are £8, £8.50 each, and these are £13. So, you know, you're paying a bit extra. They are grippier. If you're serious about your points, then definitely they are worth looking at getting. But if you just want a standard 40mm point, then definitely the original ones are more than adequate for your darts, and you're going to be more than fine with them. You might just find that you'll need to replace these ones a little bit sooner than the Hawk points. As I mentioned a few times, these, because they've been shaved down, they're just so sharp, so sharp. You can see just by rubbing your fingers up and down them, I can't lie on YouTube too much, rubbing your fingers up and down them, that they are really aggressive and really, you know, almost like a little bit of sandpaper almost. They're just so sharp and spiky. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've gained something from this, and I'll catch you in the next one.